Thank you. Okay, hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about the micro-frontend architecture, model federation, and basically we will talk about making the right choice for our project. Either the choice is to go with the micro-frontends, or either the choice to say, hell, this I'm not going to touch it, at least not now, not on this stage of my project. A little disclaimer. This is first time I'm presenting this this talk, and it's a little bit shorter than I expected. So I hope everything will be okay. And also I'm presenting first time on Windows and not on Mac. So I hope that technically also everything will be fine and nice. Okay. And here we go. Okay, you see this? It shouldn't be here. Okay, about me. I'm a developer more than 20 years. My name is Ostrovsky. I work in Dell as a senior principal engineer. I'm a full cycle evangelist, meaning my belief in that any developer engineer have to understand at least in dev, test, delivery, monitoring, and to be responsible entirely over the application. I'm a public speaker and writer on the multiple languages, English, Hebrew, Ukrainian, and Russian. I'm open source contributor, I'm mentor, and also I have managing the meetup NGTs. Okay, I will start with the history. Before we'll come into the situation where we right now with the micro-frontends, I think we need to look back and see.
Sorry, Daniel, click on that hide button, please. Click on that hide button. It's just gonna kill all your effort. There you go.
Oh, thank you. You see, on the Mac, we don't have it. Okay, so let's start with the 60 million years ago. Okay, the dinosaurs died, and sometime after the internet appears and JavaScript was introduced. In 1995, I will jump a little bit from the dinosaurs to our days. The JavaScript was adopted, or let's say introduced by developers in Netscape. There was a nice browser many years ago, and in that days, it was initially used to add simple interactivity to the web pages. It's mainly used for the form validation, simple animations, and other basic functionalities, not more than that. The delivery of the websites to the client was fully server-side rendered, meaning it's every page on every navigation, redirection, or anything like this, all the pages was fully rendered on the servers and delivered as a static HTML files, something that's very rarely to see right now. In 2005, Ajax came out. It was introduced a few years before, but widely adopted by developers around 2005. Ajax is a synchronous JavaScript and XML. It's become popular, and basically it's allowed the content to be loaded without reloading the entire page. In 2006, jQuery came out, and jQuery is basically, I believe, first framework or first library, JavaScript library, that was widely adopted. I believe like 90% of the projects used jQuery, and it maybe sounds weird, but even now, jQuery is more downloadable every week than Angular, React, and Vue.js altogether. Okay? We're not using it because it's just part of some other libraries, but it's still out there, and it's a great framework if you want to try to develop without using frameworks like Angular or Vue.js or anything like this. Okay. And most important thing, it's dramatically simplified the Ajax interactions. That allows, that give an additional push to use Ajax. Okay. Large fast. And by the way, about the delivery of the websites to the browsers. This was large files. All JavaScript was built and chunked into the big files. We actually wrote big files. Okay, we didn't have this concept of breaking JavaScript files to the modules or something like this. Okay, we had like to have a JavaScript file with 2,000 rows. That's okay. That's absolutely okay. And the import of this file, delivery of these files was in script and had the script tag where we have the path to the JavaScript and it was loaded all together. But still, in that time, the Ajax and the loading the data was used mainly for the piece of data to be loaded, not the entire page. But let's say you load in the entire page and you have the kind of news feed on your website that's loaded on commercials, banners, or anything like this. Okay, I'll try to run a bit faster. That day, SaaS came to the market. A lot of companies came out and says, hey, we all will deliver software as a service, okay? And we will create software as a service and subscriptions, and cloud came out. And to deliver a lot of content and scalability and all this stuff become much easier than before. And all this leads us to the big boom of web development and let's say the field of developers or the market of the developers, the entire world ecosystem of developers required something new to help to develop the SaaS platforms, products, and stuff like this. Okay, and we have the frameworks, less or more type of the frameworks that we have now. Okay, the first frameworks that came out, it was Backbone who actually he presented the concept of MVC, Model View Controller. If someone remember what is this? Okay, I remember that in that days, in each and every job interview, everyone asked, what is MVC? Do you know what is MVC? Can you describe MVC? Now nobody asks what is MVC because it's lost, I believe. It has some, but okay, we're talking about something else, sorry. And then Backbone, Ember.js, and Angular.js, the previous version came out also in the days. And it's become, let's say, new frameworks era. Okay, in 2013, React by Facebook. Basically, it's component-based and virtual DOM. Brings some new principles into the web development. It's really become like a SPA, single-page application era. Everyone was developing single-page application. It's all about single-page application. Single-page application is the best solution, and etc., 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 etc. The delivery of all these applications is also become a little bit more complicated. Okay, it's interesting. Is more products, or let's say frameworks and techniques we have to simplify our lives as developers. It's more headache it gives us actually to work with this. Okay, so now we need to work with all these frameworks and to make really the single-page application fast and modular and stuff like this. We need to work with the JavaScript builders and unification and Browserify that allows us to split the big files, entire bulks into the smaller modules and stuff. So yeah, it's everything. The one thing leads to another one. Okay, SaaS leads to development of the frameworks. Frameworks leads to development of the JavaScript builders, etc., etc., etc. 2016, Angular 2 came out, was introduced, and by the way, Micro-Frontend was introduced first in 2016. Coincidence? Same year? I don't think so. Micro-Frontend is not something from yesterday or from past 2 years. I'm talking about it last 7 years. Now it's become widely adopted or widely interested by developers. And let's talk about the future. Okay, is it micro-frontends is an answer? Are we going to the micro-frontends with all our technologies, or what's going on? We don't know yet. And of course, the delivery of the application also become a little bit more complicated. Webpack, lazy loading, coming back to the server-side rendering one more time with the Next and other frameworks, and the Angular Universal. So it's the history is a circle. So micro-frontends. This is a basic set of, let's say, buzzwords or advantages that we're talking about when we're talking about the micro-frontends, okay? But we need to understand that everything that is created by someone, not as a product, because let's face it, yes, micro-frontend, it's not a product. Angular or React or Vue.js is not a product. It was developed maybe by some big companies, but the community took it, and actually the community pushing it everywhere. So if it wasn't adopted by community, we couldn't have any framework, right? So basically, community decides either that technology or another one will exist. And micro-frontends, it's came because there was a request on the field for solutions for different things, okay? And this is basically, you can see here the list of solutions, and we will start with root cause, like what exactly was requested for this solution, what are advantages of this solution, and trade-offs. And it's everything based on the previous slide when we talked about the history. So modular, the main cause or the main root cause for having modularity or for requesting the modularity on the web application is one product, multiple teams. The big products that SaaS platforms, okay, and big companies, there might be multiple teams, of course, and sometimes even these multiple teams working on the multiple time zones. Okay, for example, I'm working in the huge company, and we have team in Israel, in Singapore, in US, in other countries. I don't remember where it is, and we all working on the same product. Okay, and having micro-frontends and each one of the teams are dedicated to the specific micro-frontend, it's a great thing. So it allows developers or teams work individually on micro-applications independently. The disadvantage of this is, of course, code duplication, testing complexity, and other stuff around it. Now, if you know how to solve the code duplication, text, and testing complexity, so it might be not your trade-off, okay? But you need to understand other modularity is good enough for you or important enough for you that you're ready to handle the trade-off of this. Technology agnostic. Technology agnostic, it's someone can think that companies, when they start a new project, they're saying, hey, I don't want to go with Angular, or I don't want to go with React because I don't want to be tied with this technology forever, so I need something technology agnostic. It's not about it. It's mainly about the long time running products or projects, and meaning that, let's face it, if someone of you worked in company with the same product that running more than 5 years, you've definitely seen all outdated versions of the main technology, like main framework, that you're not able to upgrade it right now to the latest one, and you need actually to rewrite step by step. Or you have multiple frameworks on the same product because someone already started to move from React to Angular, from Angular to React. And if you, and basically the technology agnostic allows us to have multiple frameworks on the same product and actually deal with migration from one technology to another one. Either it's from the one low version to another version, or from one technology from one framework to another one, React to Angular. The trade-off, having multiple technologies in the same product is not a bad practice, it's a worst practice. Never do it unless you have a deadline and everyone committed to this deadline. If you have a plan how to transfer from A to B, the entire road, not the part, but the entire road, and everyone agreed on this plan, and everyone committed to this plan, only then you can jump into it. Another way, if we will start, let's do only the login page, or let's do only the dashboard, and then we'll go to the next few months, we will keep going to the next section of our product. Trust me, you will stuck forever with the multiple technologies on the same product, and it's nightmare. Independent CI/CD, faster feature delivery. That's the reason. A lot of times, product can come and say, hey, I want to change only the UI to move a button left or right on the login page. Why I need to rebuild the entire application and to retest the entire application. In that cases, of course, if the UI is a micro-frontend, it's much be easily to be tested and deployed much faster and delivered. Scalable. Again, now we have some products. I already saw quite few products that have some of the part of the product should be server-side render because it have to support, as search engine optimization. And other of the parts are something that behind the login page, the authorized content, doesn't require meaning that the one part have to be differently scaled, the landing pages or something like this from the commercials. And the other part is only for the logged in users and doesn't require the scaling. So yeah, that allows us to manage different parts of the application, different parts of the product to be differently delivered. Okay, some of them can be fully single page application. Some of them can be server-side rendered, whatever. Disadvantage is robust infrastructure management. Okay, you have to have people in your company that will be responsible for this. Okay, it's not easy to manage the entire, all this, how to deliver it, how to deploy all this, how to manage all these roads and load balancers and gateways, and wow, it's a lot of configurations, environment variables, many other things. And I'm finishing. This is the last line. I already see guys join back to the team. User experience, okay, it's a performance about the performance KPI. Sometimes, again, the product can come and say, hey, I want this part to be faster than another one. And again, we can change it or adopt it separately by reducing time loads and better performance. The overhead or trade-off is managing all this state between the different micro-frontends and stuff like this. Now, the last sentence, you need to understand that with micro-frontends, you might be only win one of these advantages, okay, modular, technology agnostic, scalable, whatever. There must be one reason for this, but you will get the entire line of trade-offs, okay? You're going to deal with all these trade-offs, even on only one of the advantages is what you're looking for, okay? So unless you're ready to handle the entire line of the trade-offs, if you're ready to handle it, if you can handle it, run to micro-frontends. It's a great technology. You will enjoy it. And thank you. Follow me on Twitter, Medium, my website. Thank you very much.